Welcome to the Comics Experiment, the show right here at the Comicstorian Podcast Network that airs every Thursday at around 2 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/Comicstorian. We get together on a regular basis talking about something in the world of comics, be it
semi-regular. We try to make it regular until...
In our defense, we had 2 snowstorms and a COVID scare. No one came to the office.
It was him. He was the COVID scare.
I was going to show up coughing today just to see what you guys would do.
I thought you were going to show up with like a Corona and be like, hey guys.
I would have good too. I got Corona.
Anyway, we get together, we chat about things happening in the world of comics, theories, philosophies, just bullshitting around, talking about comic book tangents. It's a weekly show. We try to make it a weekly show. We're the only show that took we're the only show that took 2 weeks off for Christmas and then came back for a week. And took 2 weeks off for snow and a week off for a COVID scare. So,
however, be sure to always check us out on Thursdays because when we did take it off, we did do an hour-long like Q&A, hanging out with you guys, and it was actually really fun.
We had a long discussion about the McDonald's hack menu and the healthy way to eat at McDonald's.
Benny taught me that if you're getting a side, don't get fries, get chicken nuggets because they're less calories and they're mostly protein.
Well, it's technically true.
Yeah. And during that, Rob texted me because he was watching the show to argue that I was wrong. So on the stream, I had a nutritional fact pulled up and the whole calorie count. Anyway.
I didn't realize you...
Anyway.
What's today's show about? Proving Rob wrong.
Well, that's a great segue, Andy. Today's show, fun thing. There was another Snyderverse leak.
This is a weird way he said that. It's getting maniacal.
It's fun, Andy.
It's a great time.
Leaked. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Is this like when the Deadpool test footage leaked?
I assume. But it's photos of the framed storyboards in entire pitch.
He framed it? How full of yourself to frame your own work like that?
I assume it's him. We have Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. The movies...
I did fantastic.
The movies between that...
Oh, yes.
And Justice League 3 that we all didn't know existed.
I can't wait for Justice League 3.
So
bring him back.
Hashtag
restore the Justice League.
Not the time for that argument.
No, never did. Definitely not. That was a terrible movie, and I have no real love for Joss Whedon.
Anyway,
it just sounded funny.
I've got these pulled up.
I liked it.
I'm gonna read the synopsis of Justice League 2. All the movies in the middle, and then 3 to these guys, and we're going to do live reactions to the original Zack Snyder plans. There are 4 pages of this, so this is going to take a minute, but today's episode is brought to you by G Fuel. Get yourself some G Fuel today using the code COMICS. It's in here.
Why don't you have your G Fuel cup?
Because Huey didn't have any washed upstairs.
G Fuel! Ignore the label.
It is G Fuel, though.
It's what on the inside that counts, okay?
It's the Monster Hunter Hero drink. Use the code COMICS at checkout. If you do it at the airing of this podcast, it'll be 30% off. Yeah. And it's also brought to you by 2 of our other channels. Absolutely Marvel and DC, where you can see me, Dan, Sal, and Dylan go over all the shows that came out, the rumors, the theories, and sometimes just shooting the shit. If you like this style of show, we made a whole channel about it, focused on movies and TV shows. Absolutely Marvel and DC. And our other channel is Dungeons and Ale. For those of you who have enjoyed our Dungeons and Dragons superhero games, right now we're doing a Spider-Man one over on the brand new channel entirely focused on Dungeons and Dragons. And it's also brought to you by our deal with Facebook Gaming. We are, if you go there, facebook.com/Comicstorian Gaming, you can find goofy videos, which sometimes involve Dan, but mostly it's me and whatever people I can round up on the internet. Oh, you're in a few, yeah.
Oh, well, we use the
our
camera
Fortnite matches
in your house.
Our Fortnite matches end up on there a lot of times.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
Dan doesn't even know he's on them.
I know that they're getting filmed. I just didn't know that they were actually going up.
That's what I said about my porn career. I knew they were being filmed. I just didn't know they were being uploaded.
I didn't know by who.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into today's topic. To kick it off, let's start with one big broad topic. Did either of you like Zack Snyder's Justice League to begin with? Actual opinions, not
like the one they
when he finally got to put out his version.
Out the HBO version, and I guess it did eventually come out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Overall, I did like it. I thought it was a better movie than the one we originally got, the Justice version. It was definitely a better movie. No argument about that. It was a little bloated, I felt. You probably could have cut out
half the musical interludes.
Probably about an hour. I think honestly it was just a little bit of like self-serving crap that you really didn't need.
Yeah.
But overall, I would say it is a better movie than the original.
I forget which one it was. It was either Wonder Woman or Aquaman. One of them got 3 musical
It
intros.
was Wonder Woman. Anytime they saw Wonder Woman, they did that. And then Aquaman kept having the Icelandic women were singing for him, and it was like for like 5 minutes. Like, why are we stuck on this? Let's move it along. He's already gone. He can't hear you anymore.
Everyone's like, I paid for the full rights to this song. I'm gonna play the full song.
So yeah, there was. I feel like there was a little bit of self-service in that movie for Zack Snyder. Like he was just like, well, I'm doing it. I don't care.
No one's stopping me now.
Nobody's stopping me now.
Exactly,
Yeah.
What did you think about it, Dan?
Compared to the first one, I thought it was good by itself. I wouldn't rewatch it.
Yeah, like honestly, like
Especially because of the length. That's one of the biggest problems with it.
Like if it was what we had originally gotten, I probably would have had the same opinion. Is that there were parts of it I liked, and a lot of it was like, well, what was the point of this?
But yeah, compared to the one we first got, much better.
Yes, better.
All right, and I have been on the not on the fence. I've been on the record as stating I've enjoyed what Zack Snyder did. I am aware it's not what
Overall,
people
I did,
expected, but I did like what he did. Man of Steel, Batman v Superman. I enjoyed it overall. It's got its problems, but
You know my biggest issue with the Snyderverse
what's that?
was Lex Luthor. I hated. What's that dude's name?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg is Lex Luthor. Could not stand him.
Yeah.
Such terrible casting choice.
I don't
Agreed.
get it. I was like, what is?
He would have made a
Hard
great
agree.
Riddler.
Actually,
I can see that.
That would be a good one.
He just got the wrong villain. All right, so I know most of you know the story behind Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I'm just going to give a real quick recap.
It's gonna be an hour and a half.
This is the show. Zack Snyder was brought in to do Man of Steel. DC liked what he did. He was pretty much given the Kevin Feige role of DC. The difference was he was going to have a hand in all the movies as opposed to Kevin Feige, who kind of hires people to do it all and maintains
Still
a vision.
has a hand in all the movies,
But he's not like directing them.
No,
Yeah,
no,
like
no.
Zack Snyder was running through his production company to do it all.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
He proceeded to make Batman v Superman. He proceeded to make Justice League 1, and then the Porsche.
Man of Steel. He made Man of Steel.
I said Man of Steel, and that got him into the other ones.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, sorry.
In the middle of making Justice League, after the lukewarm response to Batman v Superman, he had a death in the family. So he pulled out of the project, and Joss Whedon came in to finish it up. Rumors, speculation, no one truly knows, but it sounds like WB executives weren't happy with what Zack Snyder was doing because Batman v Superman did not break billions of dollars. So this was like their way to get in someone else and what they dubbed course correct the DCEU.
Right.
Joss Whedon made his own version. It was a weird mix match of like two director
The tones
styles.
didn't really work.
It did. It was a whole. There was a whole mess of problems with that. Which
Not just in the movie, but apparently behind the scenes.
yeah, apparently it was all over the place. So
all of it.
that eventually shut that down, and like that was the end of the DCEU. But it still kind of continued with Aquaman and Wonder Woman and all these other movies.
Which sorta were in the same.
Yeah, it was weird. They were supposed to be, but DC didn't want you to think about that very long. So
It's they're not until we mention that they are, then they are.
yeah.
But wait, we're having a Flash movie to fix that.
Yeah.
But apparently, so that kept moving forward, and then eventually, Zack bring back the Snyderverse or
Restore the Snyderverse.
Restore the Snyderverse. No, because that's the new one.
Oh,
yeah.
release the Snyder cut.
That's it. Release the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
There was a belief going around, perpetrated by Zack Snyder, showing off things that he had actually completely finished the movie, which wasn't true. Like that was
in his mind.
No matter how much y'all argue about it.
Yeah, it was still green screen and CG.
Yeah.
He didn't get a chance to.
It
He
wasn't
literally-
like a fully finalized, going to be in
Right.
a theater cut.
Yeah.
HBO Max was coming out to be their streaming service, and they finally said, why don't you come in and finish it up? They gave him $70 million to go back and do all of the stuff he needed to do, which, for the record, for everyone who argued with me, hashtag release the Snyder cut, the fact he needed $70 million more proves it wasn't done.
He filmed new scenes in his driveway.
It's on his iPhone.
I think it was or something. It
Like
was
the Superman scene? No, that was in the Joss Whedon
No,
version.
with the Knightmare cut, he was filming stuff in his driveway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the after credit scene where they're doing like the Knightmare verse, where it was
Yeah.
like Batman's new Nightmare Justice League. A lot of that was that none of those actors were together, and apparently a lot of it was filmed in his driveway. Like he had them come over because it was like a height of COVID.
He's like, hey guys, I'm gonna have a barbecue.
Yeah.
Bring your suits. Don't worry about it. Bring your.
Everybody still got the costumes, right? WB didn't keep those.
So anyway, that has now led to the current hashtag, which is Restore the Snyderverse, which is what is going on. Not much has come out. Like Zack Snyder hasn't put out more imagery. He hasn't perpetrated this one. But about a week or so ago, I don't know where these originally came from because they're all over the internet now. Maybe him, maybe somebody else. Somebody has framed versions of his written down plans for the DCEU before all of this happened, when he was given the helm in Batman v Superman, and we had the original lineup, which had Flash movie, Cyborg movie, Justice League 1 and 2, all that stuff. Yep. This is what they were going to be.
I wish there were more doodles.
Apparently... The doodles,
like little
he's like Batman punches Superman, and I'll just draw penis.
Since Dan's going to do this, he can put up one of these on the screen right now, so you just cut down to the imagery. Apparently, the artwork was done by Jim Lee.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Now, whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. That's what I was reading.
It's good quality.
It does look like his artwork, though. So I'm just picturing Zack Snyder writing all of this up and then explaining it to Jim Lee. And while he's explaining it to Jim Lee,
he's just doing it like, no, I'm listening. Batman.
So
it's like when you're in class and you're doodling size.
What I have a feeling happened, and this is all speculation on my part, is this was originally written up, and whoever got these framed had Jim Lee draw some stuff on them.
That probably would make more sense than Jim Lee in the middle of a meeting is just doodling. He's like, well, I'm trying to get these books out.
That being said, that would be hilarious if he actually did that.
Yeah.
And then in the end, he's like green lights it, and he's like, wait, what did I sign off on?
Yeah, that's your signature at the bottom, right?
Oh, no. Right next to your
right
picture of Batman. That's how Jim Lee signs it.
His signature is a picture of Batman. Sir, you've been signing that for 3 hours. Give me a second.
So we thought it would be fun to today's episode. I'm going to read off Justice League 2, all the middle movies, and 3, and we see what they think about the original plot, because I've read a lot of the responses online. And it goes both ways real hard.
That's just kind of
Zack
fans of Snyder and those who don't really care.
So it's titled Justice League Parts 2 and 2A.
Justice League Part 2
and 2A.
And 2A. So Part 2 is going to be a two-parter.
Let's go see the Justice League outline. This is Justice League 2A, 2B.
Oh, and I do want to clarify, for those who are stating, how do we know this is true or not? According to Zack Snyder, yes, but this wouldn't have been spoilers because this was such an early draft.
It was probably going to change.
Yes.
As, you know, because...
So this is apparently from Zack Snyder's mouth that, yes, at one point, this was the actual plan.
Also, why does it technically count as spoilers if there's not actual movies getting...
Well, because people still believe that they're going to get the Snyderverse back.
30 years from now. After the MCU is rebooted twice.
After they take out the DC time capsule and they go... Oh my gosh! Restore the Snyderverse.
There are still going to be people talking about restoring the Snyderverse.
100%.
I mean, there still was.
Ben Affleck will be dead.
There was released.
I don't know why they don't come back as Batman.
Weren't they doing release the Donner cut for Superman for like 20 years?
I don't think that was a thing because they didn't have hashtags.
No. But
I know we got released the Ayer cut.
No.
Suicide Squad for a while there.
The
Donner cut did eventually come out.
It just wasn't on the internet, but I'm saying I'm pretty sure that was like the movement was a lot quieter because we didn't have the internet.
Right, yeah.
They were in the newspapers or writing.
Yeah, but okay, doing a cut of a movie is different than them trying to restore the Snyderverse if, let's say, half the actors are in their 70s.
And this is all we have
Although,
for it
I'll
right
be
here.
honest, still would watch Henry Cavill as Superman.
Kingdom Come Superman?
Hells yeah!
I would not want Ben Affleck to come back, though, just based off of like all the horrible...
Apparently it was awful for him.
Yeah, apparently it was the worst experience, so I don't want to put that...
Which is why I find it hilarious, and we'll laugh even more if it actually happens, this supposed rumor that in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, Ben Affleck Daredevil supposedly...
he has said he's not doing that. He said he turned it down.
Okay.
Yeah. Although he said he would not be against coming back as Daredevil, but he's not coming back for that.
Yeah.
Unless this is like an Andrew Garfield thing. Which is possible, I suppose.
I mean, he went to almost to the grave with that.
He still denies he's in that movie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
CGI. CGI, guys.
All right, so
sorry, guys.
Deep faked, yeah. Justice League Parts 2 and 2A. Although originally pitched as one film, we believe the character arcs of our heroes and villains, along with the epic battle with Darkseid, which unites the League, the world, and the entire DC universe, warrants 2 films.
Sure.
So I think this was I think this was the pitch to get a third Justice League.
Right. Yeah.
Hold on. What year was this written? I need to know based on its
know.
relation to the MCU.
Well, it would
Because
have
that
had to have been
two-parter-
after Man of Steel, which came out in 20.
I would assume this would probably be after
2012?
Batman v Superman.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because I thought
I don't
they had
remember
already
when
kind of
that
given him
was
the reins.
in relation. Just because that
Well,
sounds
but
like
even if he had the
Infinity War
reins, that
kind of
doesn't mean they're going to
situation.
let him just have an unlimited budget.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I
Batman
mean?
v Superman came out in 2014.
Yeah.
Okay.
End of 2014.
So this would have come out,
I believe.
after Infinity War and Endgame.
No.
No.
Those were
came-
2019 and 2017.
Yes, this was before.
I don't know years. I don't know time.
All right.
But I was trying to connect it because the way that you phrased that was very Infinity War Endgame style.
Well,
with the
Justice League 1 and 2 were going to be that. Justice League was supposed to end with the appearance of Darkseid, and they were going to go fight him.
And he was going to wave.
Yeah. So anyway, however, this does not mean that you have to have two films centered on Darkseid's invasion. Rather, Justice League 2 would be a very grounded, personal, and character-driven film that would follow the Justice League both together and separately as they mend old wounds on the road to becoming better and stronger heroes. While Lex
hours.
Luthor recruits a league of his own made up of revenge-driven villains introduced in the hero's solo films. Dr. Mara, Wonder Woman.
Revenge Flash. That's what he thought it was called.
Dr. Maria or Dr. Mara, but I think he's referencing the Poison Girl from the first Wonder Woman, 2017.
Okay.
World War II, you had that woman with the
Yeah.
mask. I forget her name. It was
Yeah.
Poison something, though.
Okay.
Leonard Snart from The Flash 2018, Orm and Black Manta from Aquaman, and the Riddler from the Batman movie. They were all going to team up.
Okay.
Okay.
These villains would all link all the DC films together. Like Empire Strikes Back and the last Harry Potter film, Justice League 2 would end on a cliffhanger. Reveals only at the end of the film that Lex and his league are connected to Darkseid, and then flash forwarding 5 years into the future where Darkseid has already taken over Earth.
In the Knightmare verse.
Right. So most of this kind of lines up other
Everybody's
than
wearing trench coats. It's got guns. Which I'll be honest, will look really cool. I'm not gonna argue.
okay, so
be my style.
here's the heroes' arcs through 2 and 2A.
Okay.
Because they were still apparently, even though he suggested a third one, we're not calling it 3 yet.
Yeah.
I would have liked it if they called it Justice League 2A. Justice League 2. Justice League 2A. And then 3.
Okay,
It's 4 movies? No, it's 3.
so Superman. With Lois's help, the back from the dead Superman will learn to become Clark Kent again,
Lois.
feeling more human than ever as he and Lois start a family.
Aw.
Do I put it over or under the underwear?
So that would make sense. I could go with
Okay,
Superman.
yeah,
Yes.
he comes back. I mean,
Yeah.
it was kind of how it was in the comics. He
Yeah,
came back and had to learn to be normal again and not run around in a Kryptonian power healing suit. I get it.
Wonder Woman will reconnect with the Amazons and her mother, eventually becoming the new queen and reasoning
Solid. That makes sense. It's a
and
character arc.
rejoining the isolationist warriors from the outside world.
Okay.
Okay.
Solid. I mean, it makes sense. His character arc, yeah.
Aquaman, with the help of Mara, will bring the 7 kingdoms together, becoming the one true king,
Pretty much happened in his
building
movie.
a new alliance between the oceans and the surface.
Pretty much happened in his movie.
The Flash will free himself from the past, releasing his father from prison with Cyborg's help, learning how to master his time-traveling abilities, literally becoming able to be in 2 places at once.
Okay.
Okay.
Not crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty standard for comics. Before bullshit. All right. The Flash
Speed
saying
bullets.
booyah all the time.
Flash.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Cyborg saying booyah.
Okay, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, booyah.
Booyah! Where do you hear
Cyborg
that?
has the smallest, which I find hilarious because everyone's like, "Ooh, the justice he did to Cyborg was the best. Like his portrayal of Cyborg, Zack Snyder really knew
was
him.
okay.
And then he has one sentence here.
Cyborg's
Even-
in it.
Zack Snyder didn't realize how well he was going to do with Cyborg, apparently.
Cyborg will evolve into a modern day god of the digital age, and be human again.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense, but I just love that everyone else got like.
Well, you got to assume he didn't flesh out everything when he was first coming up with stuff.
Yeah.
But
And
okay.
Batman will ultimately sacrifice his life for the unlikely friends and the woman that he loves, leaving behind a legacy that will never truly die.
Who's the woman that he loves?
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that.
Oh, okay. All right.
It is not
I
Selena.
was going to say, Was that in the movies? I don't remember that.
I feel like there are multiple different directions that could go.
It seemed like he had a thing for Wonder Woman.
I was going to say Wonder Woman, Lois, because he probably wants to be a home wrecker.
That's true.
I mean, his own home got wrecked. That's the only way he knows how.
Makes sense.
Or Talia.
Well, actually, they could have introduced like the
Like kind of rewrite that.
yeah, that kind of thing.
Not as...
I'm trying to see because they're not in
Dark
order
as it
from where I
actually
grabbed
was.
them, so I'm just trying to see which one should go next.
But okay, I mean, none of this sounds crazy. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like all pretty standard character arcs for the Justice League.
I will say
type
turning
characters.
Flash into a god of time basically is a little over the top
He
for the
didn't even have
first
a
movie.
treadmill.
This says intercut, so I'm going to assume we go to Justice League 2. He's going to get the plot for 2.
Okay.
Justice League United. We open with the Justice League in action during a natural disaster, working as the efficient, powerful team that they've become weeks after Justice League 1, where they act together and they save lives, but they're refugees, so political tension is high and the world is on edge.
Why are they refugees?
I think they're saving the lives. The refugees are alive.
In a place called Sokovia. This sounds very similar to the opening of Age of Ultron. But okay, I'm with you.
In the aftermath, the Justice League, it's got somebody doesn't know how to get Lens for not on here.
Bastards.
Return to the only headquarters they know, the Batcave. Flash is enthusiastic, while Superman remains a bit distant, at least with Batman. And Aquaman is facing continued skepticism from the surface world and his involvement in it by the people of Atlantis. Wonder Woman relates to Arthur, her people abandoning this world long ago. It is clear that although the League is united, the world is not.
Social.
The League goes back to their individual lives to mend old wounds, except for Batman, who is dealing with fresh ones left alone in the cave.
What are his fresh wounds? Like a cut?
Damn it. My
Batman
stitches split open.
secretly meets with Lois.
Oh, God. He actually... See, this would have led into a great Batman versus Superman. This would have been a great premise
There's
for
your
that.
Batman v Superman. Homewrecker.
It would be so good.
All right, so
It writes itself.
both of them are still searching for Lex Luthor. The tension between them since
Lois
Superman
is still working?
apparently working with Batman to find Lex Luthor.
Okay.
The tension between them since Superman has returned. The meeting ends after Lois tells Bruce that Superman needs her more than Bruce knows. Lois is hiding something else.
God.
That she's not wearing any underwear.
Her real name's Lewis. Lewis Lane.
Lewis and Clark.
Meanwhile, we cut to Lex Luthor recruiting his own league.
Right.
Deep in the Brazilian jungle, Lex Luthor
Cheetah.
he locates
80s.
Dr. Maria, last seen in Wonder Woman, still alive, experimenting on herself. So Cheetah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I know she's in 84, but I'm assuming. Oh,
Wait,
no, yeah,
hold
no,
on,
that
what
would be
name?
the Poison White, still experimenting on
Yeah,
herself.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why would it be in the jungle, though?
Because that's
Wait,
where you
which
find
jungle?
poisonous
It
things.
just says Brazilian.
Brazilian. So a lot of
Poisonous frogs.
Nazis
ended
fled
up
to
in
Brazil,
that,
yeah.
That well, I think
Plus
it was
poison
mostly
dart frog.
Argentina, but yeah, that part.
Poison
of the world.
dart. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Okay, okay, I got it.
Frogs are poisonous, okay?
Not all of them.
No, but if they look cool, they're probably poisonous.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
New chemical weapons on the unfortunate human lab rats. Like an obsessed stalker, Maru has spent decades collecting information and artifacts on Diana and the Amazons. Now that Diana has become known to the world, Lex offers her a chance for revenge. The same revenge he wants on Diana's friends, Superman and Batman. Maru accepts and Lex smiles. Let it begin.
But it would have been on like, let it begin.
Oh, it would have been Jesse Eisenberg. Yeah.
Here's a Jolly Rancher, whatever the hell he was using in the movie. God, he was such an awful Lex Luthor.
In the desert, with Maru's help, Lex Luthor breaks Orm and Black Manta out of the desert prison, where they've been in prison since the end of Aquaman.
Okay, obviously this is for an Aquaman movie that we didn't get. I'm pretty sure that didn't happen.
I will say a desert prison is much more suitable for an Aquaman.
Well,
prison.
yeah.
I mean, you could have taken
I like
Aquaman 1 and just we don't show them going there. And,
Yeah, you could, hypothetically. Yeah.
Yeah. Outside of Central City in Iron Heights, in the Iron Heights Penitentiary, Lex finds Leonard Snart where he was left in the Flash and offers him a chance to advance his weaponry and take down the fastest man alive.
Okay, I like it.
And now as I go to the next page.
I mean, it doesn't sound, other than the secret relationship between Bruce and Lois.
We are going to open up the adverse for the ad that Dan doesn't know we have, and I'm surprising him. We've worked out a deal with Shortboxed for our Spider-Man 2099 stuff.
That one. I was like, he didn't mention anything at the start of the show.
No, would have been too
No, we're doing this on the mid-roll.
Do
So I
the
just figured.
adverse. You didn't open it.
I know. But it's through this portal.
Today's video is sponsored by Shortboxed, the app making it easier to buy and sell graded comics online. Are you a comic book collector and looking to start your first collection? Then Shortboxed might be the app for you. Shortboxed is available to download for free on both iOS and Android, and makes shopping for graded comics easier than ever. With browsing features and a clean and clear interface, you can easily find the comic that you're looking for. It's grade in a description before being able to buy for a set price or make your own offer. All purchased comics will be mailed to your house safe and sound, making it easier than ever to start a collection. On top of that, we've partnered with Shortboxed to do a giveaway for a copy of Amazing Spider-Man 365 graded at 9.0 by the CGC. This is the first appearance of Miguel O'Hara, aka Spider-Man 2099, and it can be yours for free. Simply head over to shortboxed.com/Comicstorian to enter for a chance to win this awesome comic and get a promo code for $15 off of your first Shortboxed order. Don't wait. Start your collection today with Shortboxed and go to shortboxed.com/Comicstorian.
Close the portal.
A portal that 2099 slides through.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let's see it. Let's hear it.
Hit me.
Yeah. Lois and Clark.
Okay, intercut Lex and the villains with the Justice League going back to their lives.
Sure.
So it's just going to be a whole bunch of just all over the
Right.
place.
Just a lot of weird musical choices.
Yes.
Yeah.
In
Icelandic
Metropolis,
folk tune with
Superman
a weird
asks
side
Lois when she's going to tell him. And she responds to tell him what, Clark? And Superman says that he can hear the second heartbeat.
Oh God, they have a kid. Oh God.
We're going to justice this.
Oh.
Oh no.
Not his. He can see the demon.
She's like, and I will call him Damien.
And she shouldn't call him Clark. Clark is dead.
Oh God.
The
Angry
world believes
Superman.
that too. Superman mistakes Lois's hesitation for fear. It won't hurt you, he says.
It won't hurt you.
It.
There are so many implications.
There's a lot going on in that sentence.
Yeah.
Does he mean the secret kid? Superman referring to himself as not only a third person, but not a person. Did we accidentally drop into a super porn? There's a lot of implications. I'm gonna start saying that.
At the Louvre in Paris, Diana and
Please don't.
he's got a list of an Amazon name, and it literally says next to it, the Amazon who came to warn Diana about Steppenwolf.
Is she hot? I can't remember.
I don't remember. Mina Lipia
Sure, yeah, totally. Sounds hot.
discover that there may be a way to remember the path back to Themyscira. Diana then uses the lasso on herself to unlock her own mind.
It's a little okay.
She actually does this all the time. She goes to the store. Crap, what did I need? What do I need? Oh, of course. Spaghetti.
Socks.
It's a dangerous process,
She mixes the two. It's weird.
but she gets help from Menelipia to go home.
Sure.
And then she wants to see her mother again, even if she might reject her. Diana puts the lasso on, and suddenly she's overwhelmed by the visions. In the beginning, they're wonderful. For the first time in over a century, Diana sees her home, soaring over the island. Then she sees the Amazons, and finally her mother. But then her visions go dark. She sees herself as the god of war in a battle with Superman as she kills him and cries out.
I mean, we're in a darker Elseworld story at this point. That all works. I'm with it. I'm with it. The question is, has she developed the power to make invisible jets yet?
Sorry, not make invisible jets.
Make a jet's invisible. Right. Sorry, you're right.
That other Amazon takes her from the lasso. Despite the pain and confusion, Diana remembers the way home. Meanwhile, over at Central...
left at the Arby's. Kept going right. That's the problem.
Meanwhile, over in Central City Courthouse, Barry is at the hearing, thanks to Cyborg Iris and a troupe of lawyers from the Waynes. The state has examined new evidence that Barry and Vic have presented and agreed to reopen... What?
I just had this image of them in court like, Your Honor, as you can clearly see, the killer was from the future. and the judge is like, I mean, that tracks. Oh, that adds up.
But how did he time travel?
a treadmill. Sorry,
I'll
what?
allow it.
They agree to reopen along the underwater continental shelf. Aquaman. Oh, it's an Aquaman thing. I wasn't.
it was?
I thought it was
very
Flash.
still.
So I'm like underwater continental what?
Your Honor, as you could tell by these photographs of the underwater continental shelf, my father could not have killed my mother.
He was
I demand this to be
snorkeling.
thrown out right away.
He was snorkeling with his mistress.
As you can plainly see. Also, if you look at this slide, that's Aquaman waving.
Oh, and that one should not be in there. Sorry about that.
Sorry, that was a personal one.
Okay, so on the underwater continental shelf,
Anniversary
Aquaman and Mera are in a violent battle with the last of the seven kingdoms, the Unseen.
Right?
This is like the Untitled, where you guys are gonna make every joke.
they were,
about-
they were in the. They were in the.
I know.
I think they were in the movie, weren't they? The Unseen.
I don't think so. No.
They weren't the Trench.
Trench was the spooky one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were.
It explodes around the title something, and active volcano lava flows in. Arthur has the seven. This is in his handwriting, so some of this is not zoomed in very well.
Lava. Also, lava.
Like, volcano, underwater plate, question mark, question mark, question mark. Aquaman fights Flash.
Lava?
This is them writing.
I
the
could
movie.
write a script for a movie.
Lois still banging Clark? What?
Lois.
Arthur has the
bangs
seventh
Aquaman.
king on the ground, his trident to his throat. The seventh king tells him to kill him, and Arthur says that he wants an alliance. The seventh king refuses, so Arthur leaves frustrated, the last kingdom refusing to unite.
And then Palpatine goes, do it.
If you do it, we'll give you a spin-off series that won't feature you.
Come on.
In the Batcave, Cyborg upgrades the cave, even providing a female AI voice for Alfred.
Hells yeah. I want an AI companion. I would assume Alfred, but hot.
I like how he spent, of all the little notes that he has put in, none of this has notes. This does. A female AI voice.
He doesn't have notes for Cyborg, but for Alfred's AI, he's like, just to make sure, it is a female voice.
and hot.
I want.
Alfina.
Think Cortana, Halo 2, naked.
Yeah.
You know what? Even make the 3D appearance of it.
Alfred boobs? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm gonna write a movie. Just the weirdest shit I can come up with.
Even providing a female AI voice for Alfred, who has become a father figure of sorts, looking at the empty.
wait, it's for Alfred? Like Alfred wants a hot AI
I don't
companion?
know. It doesn't specify. It just says
He also
Master
gets the
Bruce.
VR glasses. Oh, hello.
Bruce is like, all right, I have programmed the AI, Alfred. Is there anything else you would like for specifications? Actually, yes, while we're at it. If you could make it hot, that'd be awesome. Great, thank you.
the wording on this is Cyborg upgrades the cave, even providing a female AI voice for Alfred,
Alfred's a
comma,
perv. Yep.
who has become a father figure of sorts, period.
Yep, perv, I got it. All right, cool. I'm with you, 100%. Move on.
Well, because they need an AI mother figure.
Right.
And then it's just getting weird.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. It's going an odd path now.
Yeah.
I call her Martha.
They look around the empty cave around them, and Cyborg asks Alfred, why is he never home? And Alfred solemnly replies, because then he'd have to face himself.
Wait, what? Alfred doesn't want to face himself?
No, that Bruce is never home.
Oh, that makes more
I'm sure
sense.
that sounded super deep when Zack Snyder was coming up with it.
He's like, hey, honey,
The
listen
fact,
to this.
the fact that most of this isn't like
Hashtag deep.
the fact that most of this isn't like a scene description, and this is kind of just a scene.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he was like, hell yeah, nailed it. Nailed it.
This is actually the one scene that he wrote, and then he was like, I should probably make some movies around this.
Sad Batman? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Next, he's got. I guess he was debating title chapters like he did in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Sure, yeah, right.
The Batman and Lois on the hunt for Lex Luthor.
It's a long ass chapter title. It's a little wordy.
Well, it's got an underline.
No, I believe you. It's just a little wordy.
Semicolon.
2A.
Too. Batman moves deep into the Canadian wilderness.
The Caribbean wilderness. Hells yeah. I mean, if you're ever going to get lost, that's where you want to get lost. He's a pirate now.
Canadian wilderness doing recon, following up on a lead that Lex may have been sighted in one of the remote towns. He fights his way through a secret location only to discover that it's not Lex Luthor hiding out, but the Riddler. Awake for days, maybe weeks, the Riddler has a long, unkempt beard. His fingers are dirty, and his rantings are written across the walls of his cabin. He looks at Batman, a man possessed. Luthor asks the question. I had to know the answer.
Played by Michael Cera.
I can see it, actually.
Right? Yeah.
Lois is also on Luthor's trail. She's located Dr. Mara's
is
lair in the
everywhere.
Brazilian jungle.
Yeah, she is. That's the problem.
Lois writes everything in a journal, keeping it offline and private. Then she grows pale as she realizes who Maru is and what Lex must be up to. He's forming a team of his own.
I'm surprised that he didn't make Lois Maru. Turns out she's split personality, kind of like Two-Face. Part loving wife to Superman, other part poisonous researcher and
She's
Rainforest.
Poison Ivy all of a sudden.
yeah.
That would have been awful.
So weird.
Yeah.
Back in the Canadian
taking-
wilderness.
This started off okay. We're taking some turns.
Yeah,
that I
you
don't
can
think are
tell
solid.
that he was partaking in something while writing this, and like.
Back in the Canadian wilderness, Batman faces off against the Riddler, who tells Bruce about how Lex came to him with his information. Lex presented the anti-life equation, the riddle to life itself, and the Riddler solved it. He knows what it can do, and once it's unlocked, Lex will make life meaningless.
Hold. Sorry, continue.
What?
Is he suggesting that the Riddler came up with the anti-life
No, he
equation?
solved it.
Lex
Oh.
gave him the anti-life equation, and the Riddler solved it.
Yeah.
And then Bruce pops his claws, calls the Riddler Bub, and that's how
I was thinking that too with Canadian
the
wilderness.
Snyderverse came into the MCU. Boom! You're welcome, Snyder. I would watch that movie. I don't want to be honest.
But he points that it's in his head. Time to solve the last riddle. Blam. Batman's shocked as the Riddler kills himself. He wrote blam.
Blam, as in Batman's behind him and shoots him in the head.
Turns out he's Thomas Wayne now.
Title card. The Justice League members unite with their families.
Okay, yeah, we got to work on these titles. Or these chapters. These chapter titles are a little
Wonder
wordy.
Woman and the other Amazon arrive at Themyscira. Diane is unsure about her mother's reaction will be, but a tearful and overjoyed Hippolyta embraces her. The queen then declares that there will be a celebration unlike any the Amazon has ever seen. Her daughter is home. Meanwhile, in the oceans, Aquaman and Mera bring the final kingdom of the sea, the unseen, into their alliance. When? How? What?
Off-panel.
Didn't they
Off-screen.
just deny him?
Mid-movies. Don't even worry about it. Have it in
Off-screen
between.
movie.
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
This is the first time since Atlantis sank, but it is home again. In Central City, for the first time since he was a kid, there's no wall glass between Barry and his father. Henry Allen is released from prison, exonerated.
It's just a nice moment.
And Barry's about to tell his father who he is.
Oh no, and then the Reverse Flash shows up and kills him.
Meanwhile, in Metropolis, Lois
I thought
returns to
that was
Superman and tells him that she will accept Clark is gone, but she has to go. But she has to go. She's still on the trail for Lex. We'll just. It's like,
I'll accept it later, but I got shit to do, man.
What happened to our kid? Is this all in the span of 9 months?
She's in the yeah. She's got a little baby bump now.
in Gotham, Batman returns to the wilderness, shaken by the Riddler's proclamation, intercut with Lois's disconcerting something from General something that Lex has 3 mother boxes. Oh no. Put it in quotes too.
That's what Lois says.
Lex something Lois something
something
mother box.
I love that he started all these plots and then he's like, and now this is where they'll be resolved. You guys figure out the middle pieces.
I don't care. It's not my problem.
Oh goodness.
I'm doing Justice Leagues. You figure out the side stuff that I came up with.
Lex activates his plan. Title card.
That's the Disney Star Wars style of movies. I've come up with subplots. They're your problem now.
Disney Plus shows.
At the Three Rivers, I guess that's the location. At the Three Rivers,
Icelandic women are singing to Aquaman.
helicopters survey the area, and Lex is on the scene, his team elsewhere, but in contact with them, and he activates the mother boxes. His true plan, to destroy the Justice League and take the secret power called the anti-life equation for his own.
Was this 2A or 2B?
I think we're still in 2A.
Okay.
This is a long movie.
Yeah.
No, I think this is 2. Because I realized that we're going to have to take a breather between these because I'm missing some of the panels because it goes on.
Oh. Okay. Wow.
It's going to be a long episode.
And if you hadn't figured it out
read
yet.
this all out on camera and it would have been long enough to be a movie. Shit.
If you hadn't figured it out, Steppenwolf isn't in this version.
No.
It's Lex.
They haven't even mentioned
but
Darkseid once.
Well, this is going off of this is supposed to be a continuation of the first Justice League movie, so technically Steppenwolf died.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. That's
Regardless
true.
of which
Yeah.
version you were watching, Steppenwolf died.
That's
Right,
true.
okay, good point. Yep.
Yeah. In one, it was because he was killed by the parademons. In the other, it's because Superman killed him.
It's kind of bad.
Or it might have been Wonder Woman, but Superman helped.
I don't remember. All I remember was I'm not impressed.
Yeah. Which was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
It'll give him the power over all living life. The anti-life equation grows and Lex turns on the boxes. Cyborg blinks, feeling a horrible emptiness in the influx of data for the first time since he went online. And a boom tube erupts in front of Lex, surprising him. And emerging from the portal, Darkseid, horrific, sadistic servant of his master, Darkseid, who emerges behind him.
It's
Darkseid takes the power of the anti-life equation.
It's Desaad.
It's actually Darkseid and Darkseid.
Darkseid! Oh no!
Desaad. And now we're going to take a breather for all of you watching post because I got to find the other panels to this. All right. Hi, welcome back. I found them. Here we go. Subtitle.
Oh god.
Title card. Superman versus Darkseid.
All right, well, that's all right.
Finally.
Straight to the point. I got it. All right.
In the Batcave, Superman, Batman, and Lois regroup, and they learn about Darkseid's arrival. Superman tells Batman that this is the something along the gods because of the glare. She's my world, he tells Bruce. Protect her. And Superman flies off to confront Darkseid.
And Batman's like, oh yeah. And then the second Superman flies off, he's like, let's get out of this bat suit.
After Superman leaves,
And prep time.
After Superman leaves, Bruce and Lois alone. Bruce knows that she's pregnant.
Right, he can hear
Lois
the heartbeat.
ends the argument by telling Bruce, "You're not the father," and tried to tell
She's been
Bruce.
banging another guy?
Martian Manhunters. What the
The
hell?
baby's Martian Manhunter. Twist.
I like this one.
Yes.
Okay.
So who's the father? Tell me that's
Tell
on the
us.
card.
It's in there. Don't worry. It's all on the card.
Yeah, all right. It's Darkseid.
She tells him that he is
Darkseid
not the
baby?
father, and that she discovered what Lex is planning to do, but Superman won't listen. Meanwhile, over at Three Rivers, taking in Darkseid's arrival, Lex tells Darkseid that Darkseid has the power to kill Superman. Darkseid moves forward, acknowledging Lex, and tells Lex, "I don't want him dead. I want Superman to submit." The girl, says Lex. She's the key to breaking his spirit. Superman arrives. The battle with Darkseid erupts.
I didn't realize Lex was such a sexist. The baby is a girl.
Oh, Darkseid. As Superman's fighting Darkseid booms to Lois.
Hey, how's it going?
Superman's like, Darkseid's like, bye. Flips him off on the way out. Boom.
The Batcave collapsing around her and Batman at his arrival. Bruce looks down at Darkseid and lowers her behind the glass wall above. Apparently he's just
Just looking at her.
Darkseid stares at Lois. Bruce is overwhelmed. What can he do?
Then he pulls out a gun.
Superman flies at incredible speeds to Gotham, arriving just in time to see Darkseid unleashing his Omega beams from his eyes, turning Lois to ash.
That would be a cool scene. So much for Amy Adams.
Superman cries out, his soul shattering.
3.1.
He then, grief-stricken, he then makes it. He tries. Tears Darkseid apart, but Darkseid gazes at him. The power of the anti-life equation growing through his veins, something like that.
Flowing, possibly?
No, I can't. It's very blurry.
Something through his veins.
Superman stops, his mind affected by Darkseid. Bruce watches in horror as Superman grabs his head and his eyes burn.
That's Bruce.
I like it.
Title card. Justice League under attack.
Title card. Y'all.
Before Lois is able to warn... Wait.
Sorry. Made myself laugh.
I don't know how this... Okay. Before Lois is able to warn everyone...
Well, yeah, she's dead. How is she telling anyone anything?
It's her Force ghost.
Does anyone else have like an ashy smell in the room? What do you think that is? Lois is trying to warn us.
It smells like some sort of warning. If I were to put my finger on it.
Lex signals his team to attack. On Themyscira, Dr. Maru unleashes a chemical gas that covers the island, killing the Amazons.
Why did she let her on the island? She's a woman. It's the one rule. Thought it would be cool.
Even Diana dies in her mother's arms. Maru dies herself.
Wait, Diana dies?
Yeah.
Okay.
At Atlantis, Orm and Black Manta attack the coronation, killing Arthur, Mara barely surviving.
This sets up for that after credit scene in Snyder's Justice League.
Okay.
In Central City,
had the last
Leonard Snart attacks Flash with his amped up weapons, courtesy of Luthor. Cyborg is something, it's all glared out, saving Barry, losing his lower half. Back in the Batcave, Batman watches in horror as Darkseid takes full control of Superman, who then turns on Batman and he barely escapes. Lex believes that he's won, but comes face to face with Superman, who looks at Lex with his burning red eyes and lights him on fire. And as he screams, the world goes red and cut to 5 years later.
Batman's got a gun. No, seriously, guys. I figured out. This is so much better than Batarangs. They move so much faster.
Sand dunes, smoldering solar pits. Gothic spires rising from the desert. Once, this was Gotham. Now, like the rest of the earth, it belongs to Darkseid. Coming over the dune, post-apocalyptic Batman, as seen in Batman v Superman, with a
Which was cool. I'm not going to argue that. That was a pretty cool alternate reality.
With a ragtag army of rebels, the surviving members of the Justice League walk over to the rise of a dune to see the dilapidated Wayne Manor. Bruce leads them in, Flash dragging what's left of Cyborg behind him. He couldn't rebuild in 5 years.
He's actually like holding him like a backpack, like Banjo-Kazooie kind of stuff.
I was going to go with like Luke and Yoda and Empire.
With that.
Yeah.
Bruce looks up at the sky grimly. We need to get inside before night. He's coming. End part 1. That was all in one movie.
Superman mostly comes out at night. Mostly. It's an Aliens reference.
I'm going to try to go faster because we're at our last 15 minutes of the show.
Yeah. He's powered. We're going to have to do a two-parter.
I was going to say, this is Comics Experiment 1.8.
We do the next one with like the chapters of part 2.
We did end part 1. All right, guys, thanks for watching Comics.
I mean, realistically, we could do two-parters.
Oh my gosh.
Potential ending, depending on how we want to go about this.
Thanks for
Then we give we just give our thoughts.
Yeah, well, how do you guys feel about Justice League 2? That's not 2A. That's
so wait a
2.
second. You're telling me this was because you said this was also supposed to be setting up what's going on inside movies. This sounds like it's just the movie.
Yeah.
I'm reading what it said. Yeah. Maybe a lot of like the I think the intro stuff of their individual stuff was all
supposed
separate.
to be in their own movies.
Yeah, I think that's what that was because it was
because this sounds like one long ass movie. This is like a season of the Justice League Unlimited. And each episode's like an hour. I would watch that.
I would totally.
That entire storyboard sounded like a drunken conversation at the bar. As it goes on, it's like, all right,
listen, Lois is banging everybody in the Justice League. Okay, and then
she gets pregnant.
You don't even know who it is.
We don't know.
I'm going to say Martian Manhunter or Darkseid. I haven't decided.
All right. Well, for the sake of the aired episode of this that's going to go up on Saturday, here's a potential ending for Dan to use if we do decide to make this 2 episodes of Comics Experiment. Don't worry, live viewers. We're going to do the second half of it right now. We don't want to lose momentum. But don't forget to check out our sponsors from today, which are G Fuel and Shortboxed. It is Shortboxed, right?
Yep, shortboxed.com/Comicstorian, or you can enter for a chance to win a Spider-Man 2099 first appearance, and I believe Amazing Spider-Man number 365.
Yes.
I
Good
believe
job.
rated 9.0.
Good job.
Nice.
Wow.
Pretty solid.
And don't forget to check out our other projects, Absolutely Marvel and DC for TV shows and movies, Dungeons & Dragons over at Dungeons & Ale, and we'll continue with part 2 next week.
On Dragon Ball Z!
Same Snyderverse time. Same Snyderverse universe?